And when you're trying, when you're fighting, and when you're working to do the best thing, and you're still falling on your face, but you're trying, and you're like, where are these open windows of heaven that I hear about? Where's this blessing that I hear about? And you look to your right and you look to your left and you see people. And David talked about, like, man, it's crazy. May I try it on? I saw a post today where somebody has said, and this is social media, so it's interesting when people share like really difficult things, but he was like, man, God kind of mashed me up. And trying to trust him, and things are going sideways, and not really sure like what to make of that, essentially. And the responses, the comments, the first comment I saw was his, actually, like, hey man, thank you for the comments, but there's some things happening. Basically, I appreciate you, but you're not quite hitting it. And essentially, people are giving him bumper stickers. People are giving him cliche, because so much of what we've been trained in is that we've been trained in what's comfortable, and like, hey, God's not going to do that to you. God is only going to give you blessings, and God this and God that. And Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me? Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? My God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus, the one with the, like, he was like, bro, if you see the Father, you see me. If you see the Father, you see me. And then you see him on the cross, like, why have you forsaken me? We see Joseph, bro, like, he gets this dream when he's young. He's a kid, and he gets this dream. He's like, man, you're gonna this, that, and the other. Like, it's gonna be amazing, and so on. Like, I imagine he had to be ecstatic about that dream that he had. And so he was like, he didn't even realize, he was so naive, he didn't even realize, like, oh, this might be problematic. People might take it kind of sideways. So he just shared it. And he went through hell. But he saw a way out. He's like, man, when you get there, I'm going to tell you this word. I'm going to give you this thing, because God has given me insight here. Let's just take it out. Let's just take it out after all this garbage, after he's doing the right thing, after Christ was doing the right thing to get himself where he was. If Joseph's doing the right thing, and he tells this guy, like, hey man, when you get there, don't forget me. And the guy's like, bet. Guy doesn't say a word. Job's doing the right thing. Job is doing the right, man, that dude is praying. He's fat. He's like, he's doing all the things. And I think there's this thing about scripture where we look at it and we call them promises. In the Bible, like, there are books that they'll sell you, Bible promises that you can read, or you can pray over yourself and over your family, and so on. And then life happens, man. And Moses, man, like, he went from this place of, he was a child born in oppression, and he went to the palace, and he uses his power and his position to try to do something good for people, and he ends up getting ostracized, and 40 years he leaves, man. There's some dark times. There are some dark times in scripture, and I think when we come with our bumper stickers, and when we come with our cliches, and we come with the things that we've heard in the sermons that are cute and that wrap themselves up very neatly in 45 minutes. It reminds me of something somebody said to me at my father's funeral. That's what came to mind. Somebody that a woman came up to me and was like, I'll always love your father. And I'm like, what? I'm looking at her like, I didn't say anything, because I'm just, it is what it is. But I'm in my mind, I'm like, is that supposed to help me right now? You think that's supposed to help me right now? And so sometimes before you're going to open your mouth with a bumper sticker, I think you need to think through what people are saying. Like, pause, slow down, And I say this for people that are in the dark, man, for people that are at the bottom, for people who get to the place where you're like, where are you? Where are you, God? Just know you're not the only one, because Jesus was like, why? Why have you forsaken me? Moses, he saw a burning bush and he's like, yeah, no, it's not me. Like, you're not the one I'm looking for. Like, he's like, can you send somebody else? He was done. No mas. Joseph was in a very dark place. Job was in a very dark place. His wife was like, bro, like, just curse God and die. And when Job met him, he contested with him. When Jacob met God, he contested with him. He struggled. He wrestled with God. He wrestled with God. There is no perfect person. Like, we look at our lives and we're like, I think there's a sense that in Scripture, we have the sense that nobody is perfect. But we also have this sense, like, man, when you're trying, when you're doing something, like, there is some sense of reciprocity here. There is some sense that God is going to bless you, that God is going to do some things. And I think oftentimes we don't realize, like, it was 40 years for Moses. It was so doggone long for Joseph in that dungeon. And things just going sideways. I mean, he's doing the right thing in his position, and things go super sideways. Jesus did all the right things. Jesus was the perfect person, and things went really sideways. And so I think when sideways happens, and when people want to brush it under the rug and point to us, like, those are Job's friends. Those are the first three that come in and like, hey, like, bro, like, check yourself. You're kind of the problem. Like, no, man. There is a process that God is taking us through, and it is the fire. It is a fire. It feels like fire. It feels like death. It feels like destruction. It feels like the thing that pisses you off. Like, how? How? Yeah, I know I'm not perfect, but I can look around me and see some imperfect. If you want to find an imperfect person, I can find some people. I will show you some people. I'm trying. At least I'm trying. And when you're trying, when you're fighting, and when you're working to do the best thing, and you're still falling on your face, but you're trying, and you're like, where are these open windows of heaven that I hear about? Where's this blessing that I hear about? And you look to your right and you look to your left and you see people. And David talked about, like, man, it's crazy. May I try, May I try. May I see the sin of them. The wicked people, them seem like they'll prosper when it seems like you're trying. And other people are prospering that aren't trying like you're trying. It's okay. It is okay. There is a fire. There's a burning. There is a refinement that is happening. I'm saying this to myself as much as anybody else, because the pain of that, the disappointment of that, the disillusionment of that, like, that stuff, like, really challenges your faith. And that stuff is like, why do I even try? Keep going. Keep going. Just like the three Hebrew boys in the fire, just keep going. Because he's there with you. The pain is refining you. As much as it sucks, as much as it pisses you off, as much as it, like, brings you grief and sorrow and pain and all the things, the pain is the teacher. Keep going.